Hey, everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. Today, we are talking prep skills.
You have to use the knife hand.
Knife hand, like
and the deep voice.
Bear Independent over there at his channel, because he's a bear and he's independent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're talking about preparedness stuff. Yeah. No big secret. I'm trying to click on computer things, guys, so if you see me like looking around.
You didn't get all this ready before clicking go.
Yeah. But I should be able to completely focus right now. So, yeah, bear, independent.
No, you should be able to completely focus right now.
Right now.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, my gracious. The internet is not happy with us. I can see that it's choking a little bit.
Yeah, it's already dropped 200 frames, and we've only been on for
It's green now. Hey, there's Lisa Park.
Hey, Lisa.
So, yeah, we're talking about preparedness skills that you really, really, really should know.
You need the skills to pay the bills.
Well, the skills may very well just be the thing that does pay the bills in the very near future.
Right.
I was distracted. Weird, huh? What I was saying earlier was that you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out we're headed for weird times. Yeah. For a lot of us, we're already in weird times.
Yeah.
And some of us, we've never left weird times.
Right. Us.
Bring the microphone over. So, how many of you guys feel like Tommy Bites Homestead? How many of you guys feel like, the financial situation is going to get better real soon? Anybody? What's the gas price where you're at? Let's ask that.
Let's ask that first question, yeah.
What's the gas price? Because for us, it's $4.79.
No, $4.69.
It did come down. Mm-hmm. It did come down 5 cents.
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. It was for $4.67 last night.
Lisa says we are already there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to switch over the network adapter. So if this shuts off, we'll come back, but I don't.
Ouch.
That's got to be fun.
$4.45. Hey, that's cheaper than where we're at in North Carolina.
Yeah. $4.69, $4.99. Well, no big secret. The White House says that spring is going to be worse than now. They've come out and said it.
Really?
They said, hey, by the way, you might want to be, getting ready for some financial weirdness. So,
all right, where's Kim? Because her gas prices are $6.79.
Whoa,
where are
$6.79?
How?
Yeah, if you don't want to give a specific.
Yeah, just maybe a state of confusion.
Yeah.
No, not Kim, but that's.
Holy mackerel, gotta be
the government.
Yeah, the government. Laura H. Yes, they said spring, and my point here is that if they're openly admitting it, it's always worse than what they say. Mm-hmm. It's never ever better than what they say. It's always worse than what they say.
Oh yeah.
Living life, 2 pounds a liter in the UK. Okay, a friend of mine lives in Canada. And he lives over on the West Coast, north of Portland. And he said that the equivalent is $10 a gallon.
Yeah, that's insane.
$10 a gallon. I'm going to start filling barrels now. You can probably sell it for, make a profit, turn a profit. So, skills. Here's the scoop, folks. We found some lists online, and we've got a book, and we've got knowledge, and we figured let's share what the experts say are things that you should know how to do without having to go to a store or without needing help, and see what you guys think about that.
Yeah.
So.
Holy smokes, $6.59 diesel in Washington.
I've got to answer this. I'm sorry. Sorry, can't.
Okay, so the first skill that's on this list, should I give them the website or no?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so Backdoor Survival.
Yeah, but this also corresponds with ready.gov, which is government run, and a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, yeah. So first aid skills.
I think that's a no-brainer.
You need to be able to fix your boo-boos.
Yes. And here's the scoop with first aid skills. Have the items, but also have the training.
Right, right. You can't wait until somebody's, got this gaping wound. Oh, wait, I need to know how to fix that. You got to learn how to do that now before this all happens. Take a first aid class. Get some first aid books. Start reading them.
Do you know how to stitch a small wound?
I know how to stitch clothing, but stitching flesh is way different.
I know
a lot
that
harder.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's a lot harder.
Well, I know that a lot of classes that teach it, they'll use chicken. Like you go to the store and get a chicken that has skin still on it, and they'll use that to practice with.
Or pig.
Pig.
They'll use pig as well. Chicken is a lot easier to get with the skin on than pigs.
Yeah. So first aid, I think that's kind of up there. Should be up there.
Yeah, I mean, if you cannot go to a walk-in clinic or or the hospital to get fixed up, you need to know how to do it, or somebody in your community knows how to do it.
And by the way, the more you guys share and the more you chat, the more fun this is going to be and the more informative. Because just Meg reminded me that's something I have. Okay, me personally, I have a irrational fear of being stitched.
Very irrational.
When I was a kid, I fell down the stairs and the doctors were not very kind to me when I was a little kid because I cut my head all up. And super glue, instant glue, Meg, it's not ideal, and we're not doctors, so this is not medical advice. But what I do, since I have an irrational fear, is I'll glue it up. And I know in Canada, they actually have the real deal stuff where you can just buy it right over the counter.
Yeah, yeah. But super glue is really expensive. It's more than a gallon of milk.
If you had 1 gallon of super glue, it would be worth more than literal gold.
Right.
Because think about it. A tiny little vial is what, like $4?
Yeah.
If you had a gallon of super glue, that'd be horrible, actually. Can you imagine?
No. I don't like super glue. It's a very sticky situation.
Yeah.
So
tending minor scratches and boo-boos, says the Bulletproof Pastor, is extremely important. It's 10 times harder to fix something already gone wrong.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I mean,
if you let it get infected.
It's just going to be a lot worse. You're going to have to put yourself on antibiotics or lose whatever. Yeah.
Now, I am not suggesting that you do this. I'm not. But let's just say that I've read on sites that I don't know are true or not. So this is you do your own research, right? I've read on sites that, certain fish, antibiotics might be the same exact antibiotics that they give humans.
Yeah.
Now, you do your own research.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Because I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice.
Nope.
But that's what I've read. But everything you read online is true, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Asymmetrical preparedness. That's actually an excellent idea. A skin stapler.
Yes, you can buy them.
I can't even imagine stapling myself or someone else.
Oh, I think you would have to.
You would have to, but oh boy.
Fish mocks is now hard to get, says Susan Gets. You know what? Well, I wouldn't know because we have some.
I know we haven't bought it in a long time, so.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of different fish aquarium cleaning products. You never know.
Funny.
Carlos says they sell practice suture kits on Amazon. They are the real deal. Cool. Thanks, Carlos.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Those fish meds will not be available until after the spring of next year. We'll have to go get a prescription. And you know what? How's that going to go as a conversation with your doctor?
I need fish medicine.
No. I want to get some antibiotics just in case.
Right.
They're not going to give them to
They
you.
won't give them to you. No.
Unless you got like the super coolest doctor, nurse practitioner ever.
Right. Gosh.
Could go to the vet, says Judy.
If you knew a vet, you could go there and get them.
They could prescribe them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've got big dogs too, so they would probably prescribe a healthy dose.
Well, okay, so our dog Nana was just spayed yesterday, and she has this wound on her nose that just won't go away. We keep putting stuff on it, but it's just not getting any better. So the vet put her on a course of antibiotics, and it's the exact same antibiotics that I took when I had cellulitis. Same
exact thing.
Same dose, everything. And she's on 2 capsules twice a day.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Shameless plug for the Bulletproof Pastor. Mm-hmm. He actually is an expert on preparedness and even has a book called 11th Hour Preparedness. Mm-hmm. And you can get that on Amazon. So we are in the presence of greatness. We better not screw this up or he'll correct us.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one that says?
Gardening skills.
Oh, by the way.
Oh.
What? I'm sorry. No,
it's okay.
That was my squirrel. You guys type in what your favorite or what you think should be in the top 5 of skills to know. Now we'll shut up.
Gardening skills. So you got to know how to grow stuff, honestly. And there are so many things that you can grow in your small apartment. I know a lot of folks live in apartments, and there are ways that you can grow stuff without a lot of dirt. You can grow sprouts. You can sprout lettuce in just an inch of soil. Just get like a laundry tub and put some soil in there, and you can grow your lettuce. You can get the garden towers. Those don't take up very much space. If you have a porch outside, that would be a great thing to have on your porch. I know a lot of apartments have that. A lot don't, but.
Well, here's another thing for, you can do microgreens or you can do sprouts. Inside, you can do the wheatgrass. What?
I said those things.
I was reading comments. I'm sorry, guys.
It's like, what?
What I wanted to say about it is that you don't even need sunlight, because inside those little seeds, it has all of the nutrients it needs to get to maturity, so you can harvest it and eat it and use it, even if you don't have a lot of sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tommy Bites says, learn how to start a fire.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely, if you can't cook or heat things up or keep yourself warm, it's not a pretty sight.
I actually think it's sad that we even have to have this conversation, because we're not doing this from a spirit of fear, by the way. It's a spirit of being proactive. Because if the government is saying it's going to be bad, you can expect it to be worse. So that's not fear. That's saying, well, let's be level-headed and get ready.
Yep.
Hey, Tammy, how's it going? All right. Dispatching an animal, hunting. Yes, says Daniil. I'm guessing. If I said that wrong, I'm not intending to. Faith and Family says water purification. Mary Taylor, first aid, gardening, building a fire, water collection, know your food sources. Yeah. Lynn says can get a kit now with emergency antibiotics. I wonder where that would be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Catch and clean a fish.
Yep. Learn how to catch and clean the fish. That's super, super important.
What's the next one on there?
Basic fix-it skills.
Okay.
So being
Knowing
able
how to pound a nail? Really?
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
That seems a little goofy.
Yeah. But plumbing and welding, electrical, general carpentry skills will always be in demand, and will give you a marketable skill that make you valuable in the community. I was reading it word for word. Okay,
yeah. I agree with knowing how to fix things, but that just seems like how about this? Have some food on the shelves.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about gardening? That's a good one, like she was saying.
Yeah. Learning how to make stuff.
Make stuff, grow things.
Right. That's actually leads into the next one. Homekeeping skills. Which, why would they say homekeeping skills?
There?
It's basically having the ability to cook from scratch, preserve your food, sew or mend clothing, and maintain a clean, sanitary living environment. Sorry, I'm mocking this website.
Yeah. Okay. There is a good skill here that just caught my eye. Ask Hermit. Learn how to forage. Many common weeds are actually edible.
Yep.
Yes. Wherever you are, unless you live in the middle of the Sahara Desert, there's a lot of plants that people just think, oh, it just grows in the yard or whatever.
Right.
But it's actually food. There's wild lettuces all over the place.
For us here, though, I mean, nothing grows for 7 months.
I'll tell you where you can get a lot of vitamin C right here all year round.
Pine needles.
Pine needle tea. Yep. There's a lot. They say by percentage, pine needles have more vitamin C than oranges.
Yep.
Know what your wild edibles are, because now I don't know who, I can't tell you who this quote came from, but it's very smart. A lot of people would starve being surrounded by food.
Oh, yes.
They just don't know it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's all kinds of things you can do with cattails.
You can make flour from cattails.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
You know?
Acorns.
What did Ruthie think they were when we moved here?
Hot dogs.
She's like, look at the hot dogs growing.
Yeah. She thought they were the brown part at the top. They looked like hot dogs to her. Well, she was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
You can make flour from acorns as well.
Yep. There's a lot of food in all of those things.
Yep.
And people just don't know.
Yeah.
There's wild rice in a lot of the lakes around here.
Yes.
They sell it for more money than the regular stuff.
Oh, because it's
nutrient
wild
dense.
and it's nutrient dense. Yeah.
Yeah. Gloria says there's things that are natural that act like antibiotics. Okay. I know that you can make painkillers out of certain lettuces. There are certain lettuces that if you know how to just process them down, they act a lot like morphine.
Yeah.
To a lot of people. So one thing that I would get if I were you would be Wild Edibles book or books or pamphlets for your your
area.
Yeah.
They have a lot. Like we went to Tractor Supply and they had one that was specific for Wisconsin,
which that was cool.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have it specific for all the states, but in all areas. But that was really neat. They give you a picture, a color picture. They give you a description, what it's good for, that kind of thing. So.
Okay, 4 F's of food. Food and water, first aid, fuel, including batteries, and firearms. Yeah. Coming from the Bulletproof Pastor, a lot of weeds have medicinal properties. Thoughts on marijuana? I don't think about it very much just because it's not legal here. If it were, I wouldn't have a moral problem with it at all. I think that it would be no different than alcohol in that you would have to be able to know your limits and not be stupid about it.
Right.
But since it's illegal here, it's not, I don't really think about it.
Right. Yeah. I know it helps a lot of people that have
that's true.
Health issues.
It's true. Yeah. And you know what? For those people, I say praise God, because if it can help you, why not?
Right.
As long as you're not, again, being stupid, because you can go overboard on just about anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's everybody.
So there's that. While breastfeeding, I used cabbage leaves to ease the pain. Huh.
I'm not laughing at that comment. No, I knew about the cabbage leaves.
Did you really?
Yes.
What do you do?
You put them right on there and you put a towel around and it helps to ease the pain. There's something in the cabbage leaves.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thankfully never had to do it. But
thoughts on marijuana fade with use.
That's what I was laughing at. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's funny.
Next one on the list.
I could teach a class on foraging. Well, maybe you should.
Yeah, do it.
Start a channel, ask Kermit. Kudzu. Oh my gosh, kudzu grows crazy down in South. Yeah.
Almost all of it is edible.
I did not know that.
Had no idea.
I did not know that.
Did not know
I
that.
did not know that.
That's funny. We lived in Florida for so long and it was everywhere.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Kudzu, you could see it growing
so nasty.
by the day.
Yeah. Ugh. So much of it.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that's
Next
really cool.
on the list.
Outdoor skills.
Why would that be behind homemaking skills?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But just having the ability to survive in the wilderness could be essential to your survival in certain situations. If you're stranded somewhere and you need to get home, you need to be able to survive on your way to get home. Because if you live far away, hey, you should have found the website then.
Okay, just so you know, this is called Backdoor Survival.
Yes.
So this is not us.
No, I'm just reading.
We're commenting on them.
I wanted to see. Okay, so I searched top prepper skills to find out what came up. This was one of the first websites. So they have very good search engine optimization, apparently.
Yeah, they paid the right people.
Apparently.
Can I see that book?
Of course you can see that book. See,
this
isn't
book,
it lovely?
This book was a gift from my parents.
Yes.
Wank. What?
Just the noise you made.
I just had to make a sound.
I know.
And it's basically a gigantic prepper book.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And I went to their website and they have a second one. I don't know what's in the second one, but they have one.
And I've done a lot of the things that are in this book, like, you know, making candles, using sap, how to do waterproofing, bird houses, how to do, medicinal plants. This is a great book. Like, how do you make soap? Making vinegar, all kinds of crazy things.
There's a lot of very easy, frugal recipes in there too.
Yep. But I would say that if you really boiled it all down, it's honestly and truthfully learning the things that were common knowledge to most people who were rural or farmers 50, 60 years ago. That's just how they lived.
Yeah.
They just lived that way. You knew how to, can food.
It was not a prepper mentality. This was how to get through the winter. It was life.
Yeah.
It was not, I'm going to be snarky. It's not some trendy thing to do right now.
Which it is trendy right now.
It is right now. I mean, having a homestead is very trendy.
Tammy, did you get that book?
Yeah, she says she has it.
I really do like this book. It's chock full of stuff that could save the bacon. Everything from using a wood burning stove.
Yeah.
How to do it. Temporary installing a wood burning stove, all kinds of stuff. What are other things that the Backdoor Survival says that are essential?
Perseverance.
I agree with that, but it just, those things seem to me like duh moments.
Right, exactly. You got to get through it, and you got to keep going. You can't just give up and quit. So.
Huh. Papa Pepper is from Wisconsin. I did not know that.
I thought he was
I thought he was down south.
Down south. Maybe he's from Wisconsin, but doesn't live.
I actually saw some videos where he went and visited an American homestead. So maybe it was just a visit.
Maybe.
I don't know. I guess
for some reason I thought they lived down there.
That they lived there.
I don't know.
I guess not. So perseverance, that's an important one.
Right.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Frugality is another one.
That is another duh.
Right.
Thing.
If you're a prepper, you're going to be pretty frugal and take care of, and not spend, you're going to be wise about what you spend. And
well, I think that feeds into, you're going to have to fix it. You're not going to be able to just go buy it.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't know. It just seems like, okay, duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Compassion for others. Okay, let me talk on that, and then you chime in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We know of a lot of people who are in the preparedness community that say, you know, when the balloon goes up, and I don't even know what that means. So like a weather balloon. I don't know. When the balloon goes up, somebody comes over to my house asking for food, I'm going to shoot them. I was like, what if they're kids? I don't care.
Why?
It's like, would you please, first of all, take a deep breath and listen to yourself. Because that's stupid.
Yeah.
And if you know, okay, I can't hang around people like that.
No, that's not what Christ would want.
Yeah. It's like, chill out. Give them a bag of beans and send them on their way.
Right.
You know?
Right.
If you know what's going to happen, why not set aside a little bit more? That doesn't mean they're going to come back every day. Just say, okay, here, I'm helping you out. You need to keep going.
Right.
Oh, Bulletproof Pastor says
okay.
the balloon, the mushroom cloud.
Okay.
Well, if there were actual nuclear warheads going off here in the United States, I'm here to tell you, there's very few people that are going to make it. And the lucky ones would be the ones that went up in the blast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Set aside a little bit more for some other folks. A toilet, if without water. Yeah. Yeah, people don't think about basic things like that. Like, if your power is out, there's a very good chance you won't be able to flush your toilets.
Right.
And if you can't flush your toilets, what, are you doing that by hand? I mean, if you got a lake nearby or something, you could go get a bucket and dump it in there, and
Right.
then it would work.
Right.
But if you don't have electricity, the pumps are not pumping the water so that you can flush your toilets. And how many people are going to get sick from stuff like that because they just don't do basic sanitation?
Right. Right. I mean, you could still use your toilet, but put a bag down there. And if you can't flush your toilet, put a bag down there and dispose of the bag. Right?
Yeah.
Put some sawdust in a bucket.
West Virginia farmer's daughter. I have a farm. If it all goes down, I'm going to need a little extra help. You bet. Trade labor for
food.
For food. You bet.
Yeah.
That's a smart way to think about that. Us too. What was the...
If someone's knocks at your door at 3 a.m., it's probably a policeman letting you know your donkey is roaming in the street.
I saw a self-defense guy. I guess he's heralded as somewhat of a guru. I think his name is Assad Wayub or something like that. I watched this video a while back, but it was specifically on, if somebody comes knocking at your door at 3 a.m., don't answer it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not
don't
answering
answer
the door. No.
Yeah.
Because
don't open the door.
9 times out of 10, it's going to be
somebody
wanting to hurt you.
Well, yeah, and a police officer would let themselves be known.
Oh, of course. Of course.
They would let themselves be known.
Yeah, they have to announce themselves.
In terms of power being out, Arthur is correct. Sewers would probably back up too if on city sewage.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Lake
Alan.
Mead
Yeah, go ahead.
Lake Mead has dropped over 200 feet in less than a year, like 8 months. That's insane.
And why? Is that because of new housing? What's the reason? Is there a drought? I don't know.
Are companies taking it for drinking water?
Like Nestle does?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nestle will roll into town or anywhere. Happens all over the world. They'll buy the rights to drain lakes.
Yeah.
Keep flush buckets on hand or rain barrel for flush water, says Heather. Good suggestion.
It's a great suggestion, yeah.
What do you guys think should be the top 5? Because right now, my top 5 are in line with Bulletproof Pastor.
Mm-hmm. Food and water.
Food and water. Protection. Fuel. He did 4 Fs, didn't he?
He had 4 Fs.
4 Fs. 4 Fs and a B. 2 C's and a J.
Food and water, fuel, firearms, and something else. And I can't remember what that other thing was.
I'm planning to bury a portion of my preparations below the Colorado frost line.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. They tried that here, but no Nestle. Yeah. I'm in a mobility chair and have a CPAP and oxygen. Yeah, first aid, absolutely. First aid. If you have a CPAP machine, I would highly recommend that you try to figure out a generator or a solar generator, something that you can power that CPAP machine with. I would suggest something that's renewable, or if you have to go with a regular generator, think about propane.
Right.
Just because propane doesn't go bad, you can store a bunch of propane. Gasoline has an expiration time.
Right. So Bulletproof Pastor says sewer systems often go into reverse flow when the power goes out.
That's fun.
Yeah, no. I have a picture of a toilet that looks like a fondue fountain.
Fondue.
That's
nice
disgusting.
mental picture there.
That's really gross.
Thank you there, Bulletproof.
Yeah. Ugh.
Bicycle repair, that would come in handy.
Yeah.
Maria has the best answer yet. But I would actually challenge you, Maria, that having a Bible is important, but having a relationship with Christ is far more important.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not suggesting you were not thinking that. I'm just saying that I get your point. A Bible's great, but unless you have a relationship with Christ, I don't want to sound degrading, but it's just a book then.
Yeah. Yeah. Having it in your hands is
one thing.
One thing, but having it in your heart is completely something else.
Yep. And I'm not suggesting you're not saying that.
Not that at all.
Let's see. Organic Rebecca. I'm glad I have a septic tank.
Yeah,
or else she'll have a
too.
fondue fountain.
Right. China has been taking water out of Lake Superior in their ships.
What? China has been taking water out of Lake Superior in their ships.
Huh.
Wow. I haven't seen that. I'd like to see some news articles on that. I'd probably I'm going to probably Google that.
Right, bicyclists.
Then again, Google might not want you to see that.
Yeah, they probably don't.
Be ready to accept bartering for service. Gloria,
yes.
Another good comment.
Yes, definitely.
Yep.
And I want to go back to the homemaking skills real quick. Knowing how to make things is super important. You're not going to just be able to open up a can and that's your food. Okay, that's not a healthy way to eat. You need to be able to make things from scratch. How to make food with basic ingredients. Exactly.
Yes.
A loaf of bread. We actually
Right before we came up here,
I made some naan bread for the kids and for Jonathan and Jessica.
Which is a pan bread.
It is a pan bread. It's super basic ingredients and it cooks in minutes. So you can have it done in just a super fast time. I mean, yeah, it does take like 45 minutes to an hour to rise, but it's
delicious too.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
So,
Dirk W9RDY says communication, news gathering, sending messages. Now I'm assuming, this is a big assumption, but I'm assuming that Dirk must be a ham radio guy by the W9RDY. And I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. News, information, communications, that's important. And I'm guessing also by the Wisconsin state on his logo. It's probably nearby.
Yeah.
So, hi, Dirk.
Yeah.
Get DIY books. Josephina. Yes. However, practice what's in them.
Yes. Having the books, like what we said with the Bible, having the books don't do you any good unless you know what's in them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bartering should be happening now. Building those relationships now. asymmetrical. Okay, this is a funny thing. When we lived in Ohio a couple of years back, I did a little experiment. We went to a farmer's market, a big farmer's market, flea market. And I had a pocket full of silver coins, pure silver coins. And I wanted to see if anybody would trade me anything for them. Nobody.
Nobody would trade it.
Nobody.
Nope.
I'm sure that will change, but learning those bartering skills now is probably going to be very, very handy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Christine is asking, what do we do when we don't know who is prepping?
Well, okay.
That is, you gotta build community in your area.
Yeah. And you know what? Do you have any farm stores in your area? You could go and just look at their, because a lot of them will have a board for people that have businesses and different things to put their business cards on.
Yep.
All you got to do is look and you can see, oh, that person's into this, that person's into that. And if you find somebody that has a similar mindset, maybe write down their number, give them a call. You're going to have to be a little outside of your comfort zone, but you don't have to continue to hang around people if you think they're nuts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta weed through your crazy friends.
We have crazy friends, but good crazy.
Good crazy friends.
But we've also had to say, you know what, we're just going to not call those folks back.
Right. Right.
And I'm sure a lot of people have done that with us. They're like,
And you know what? Fine.
Okay.
Fine. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Faith and family. We have a lot of Amish in our area as well. And I would imagine that if we struck up a conversation with an Amish family, we could probably go and work with them for a few days or a week to learn from them. Because I'm sure we don't know everything, guys. It's popular. I mean, not popular. What you might expect. We know everything. We don't know everything.
No. And we'll tell you what we don't know.
Right. Right.
It's staggering the amount of things I don't know.
Right. Right. I know. Me too. So, but we have learned a lot in the last 10 years and we're still learning and we're still making mistakes, but that's how you learn
and
how
grow.
Not to do something.
Yeah. Yeah. And reaching out to people. I know that's really uncomfortable for folks, but even just being in the world, like let's say you're at the grocery store, okay, and you overhear a conversation, you could say, well, can I ask a question? I don't mean to be rude, and then ask your question.
Yeah.
We actually met some friends. This just recently happened. We were at an Aldi store up in Rhinelander. Yeah. And we kept running into this one lady in the store, and she kept looking at us and smiling, and she was looking at the kids, and not in a weird way.
No.
Because my radar is pretty attent to weirdos.
Yeah.
But we just kept getting in each other's way, and it was really funny. But she was super nice, and we were super nice. And she came up to us after we were in the parking lot getting ready to leave, and she said, I just got to ask, your kids are so well behaved. Are they homeschooled? And I said, absolutely. Thank you for the compliment. They are. And we struck up a conversation. She asked us a bunch of questions. She didn't know who we were, which was great. It was funny.
No, she had no clue.
And then they ended up coming to some Bible studies that we have at our house.
Yep.
And we've become friends.
Yep.
And they're like-minded people, and they have skill sets that we don't.
Yeah. Yep. So that's all about building community with people who have different skills and we can all help each other out.
Tammy says, oh, the Amish in my area are prepping big time.
Interesting.
With the current, that I do find that very interesting.
Very interesting.
Because they kind of live that way.
Yeah. Right.
It is bizarre when we go to Walmart and there's a lot of Amish people loading up their carts with sodas.
And junk food.
And I'm not throwing stones. It's just bizarre because you think, oh, the wholesome life, and we buy their cookbooks.
Right.
and it's all like one word ingredients, and then you see them.
Not all the time. Not all. I found several Amish recipes that have can of cream of soup of this and can of this.
But it's not the same thing as that load of Twinkies they just put in their cart.
No.
And I promise you guys, I'm not throwing stones. They're people just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And well, some Amish who drive cars and have electricity. This I do know that by each, I don't know how they would divide their areas up, but each area has their own decision making based on their own churches.
Right. The bishop in their church makes the decisions on things that they are allowed to do and not allowed to do.
Yeah.
And they may be Mennonites is what you're seeing, because they dress very similarly to the Amish.
Yeah, they're allowed to use colors.
But they're not just colors. They can use patterns.
Yeah.
So if their dress if the females' dresses have patterns, they're Mennonite. If it's plain, they're Amish.
But then again, that also depends on their own rules.
True.
Some allow it, and some don't.
Very true. Very true.
And again, not picking on them because they're no different than everybody else.
Right.
They have their way of living, and that's the way they want it, and that's fine.
Right.
I do think it's funny, though, because they do have some workarounds that are hilarious, because they're not supposed to drive cars, but they can drive in cars if somebody else will drive them.
They're not supposed to have a phone, but they can talk on phones.
They can use somebody else's phone.
Right.
They're not allowed to have a TV, but they go over to their friends' houses and watch TV.
Right. Oh my
But that's just the folks around here. And again, not throwing stones. We got our own workarounds, right?
Jenna, that's really funny. Our Amish in Colorado are at a street fair selling marijuana products.
No way. That's great.
That's hysterical. Well, it's one way for them to make money.
That's funny. Whatever.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Tammy says, I think it's more disaster planning. My pastor drives into places and he says he's learning a lot.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you know what? The more Amish you know, probably the better off you're going to be coming this spring.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I would wager.
Amish mafia.
Lisa says each district has their own bishop that sets the rules. Yeah, that's what we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Amish Mafia. There wasn't that a TV show?
I think so.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah. I think it was totally put on, though.
It does seem a little unlikely.
I don't think it was real. But
well, Rumspringa, they go crazy.
Yeah, they leave home and
well, we don't need to talk about the Amish, but they're good people, everyone I've met.
Yeah, I mean, I've not met a rude one yet.
They are the ones that we know. They are really rough on their animals.
Yes. Yeah.
They look at an animal very differently than we do.
They are tools. Yes.
Yeah, but those are just the ones we know.
Right.
So other things, preparedness stuff, guys. I would say that anything that you can trade that is of lasting value or has value that is not going to waste away or wither away or rot away. So let's say that you decided I'm going to prepare by having some maybe food kits put together that I can trade or sell or barter or however you want to do it, right? Well, if you've got beans, you might want to vacuum seal them and put them in something that a rodent can't eat through.
Right.
Those would be very handy tradable items. Josephina says, what top suggestions to freeze dry right now? We just got one. Okay.
Anything you grow, freeze dry it. It will last so much longer.
I would suggest what she said, but the things that you cannot or won't be able to get.
True.
If the stores were not available.
Things you can't grow. Yeah.
Like, for example, our kids love pineapple. We sell Thrive Life freeze-dried food. But so when you sell it, you actually get a tiny bit back as free food.
Yeah, which is nice.
So we stock up on things that we can't grow here.
Right. So we buy pineapple and all kinds of different things that we can't grow here, even things we can grow. Because a lot of those ingredients we use for our daughter who has a G-tube. We grind them into a powder and I mix them with our raw milk and and yogurt.
Gail, guess what? We'll see everyone's true hair color.
That is so true.
This is my true hair color.
Yes, it is. And my true hair color.
And it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So that's what I would say. Just stuff that you cannot get easily or affordably. A canned pineapple.
Yeah.
You can can
Of course
pineapple?
you can. You buy it in a can, right?
Well, yeah, you make jelly,
Yeah,
jam, I guess.
You can can pineapple.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's a skill we didn't talk about. Canning food. Food preservation.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it a little bit.
In the homemaking.
Yes. Yeah. In the homekeeping skills.
If you don't have access now, get yourself a bunch of canning jars and lids. Even if you don't know how to can yet,
Right.
get a canner. You can usually pick them up at yard sales for like $20.
Well, even brand new, they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
The Presto ones, we have 2 of them and never had an issue with them at all. But learn how to can. Watch a lot of videos on how to can. I know pressure canners can be very scary, but you just have to
just follow the rules.
follow the recommendations.
Yeah.
Don't walk away from it. It's not the instant pot where you can just turn it on and walk away. No, you can't do that. You have to pay attention to it. That's the thing that I don't like. I'm like going, 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 going. I don't like paying attention to it.
Jennifer White says, I've got a friend who just gave me a ton of MREs. Yeah, they're good. They'll last a long time. And I don't care what anybody says. You know what? If you're hungry, it's going to be delicious.
Yeah.
When we first started out, before we were with Thrive Life, the 4 Patriot Supply, they sent us a bunch of stuff because they knew we had a YouTube channel. And they're like, here, take this. And then tell everybody about it. And I just can't take the amount of salt that's in those things, the preservatives.
Oh, yeah.
And it all has this one weird texture. It's like gloopy. But by the same token, if you're hungry, it's gonna fill the belly and get you through.
Yeah. All right, Nana Murph. Awesome. I just taught 5 ladies how to can jam. Next class is green beans.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Nana. I love that name. So much that I named my dog Nana. But she's a Saint Bernard.
It could be Nana,
Could be.
she's a grandmother.
Could be.
They go by Nana or Nana. So
Well, we went the whole Peter Pan route.
Peter Pan, Nana from Peter Pan. Yeah.
Poor Nana.
Poor
what about
Nana.
poor father?
Poor Nana. We said that a lot yesterday. Poor Nana.
Yeah, she just got her
She was
surgery done
yesterday, and
How long do vegetable seeds last? Okay. Learn the skill of seed saving. That way, they're only ever going to be one season. We just planted some seeds that were 5 years old, and none of them germinated.
Right. I know you can keep them in a freezer, and they'll last longer, but I don't have freezer space for seeds.
Yeah. 11 grandkids.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Okay. I'm Nana of 11 grandchildren. That's awesome.
Keep them in a dark, cool place. Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
They will last longer for sure. I personally wouldn't go more than 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should be rotated. Oh, there's another good skill. I keep thinking of these skills. Rotate your food stock.
Oh, yeah.
Rotate your food stock. Eat the oldest stuff now. Put the newest stuff in the back. That way you're always going to have fresh.
Yep.
So, all right, guys, we're going to continue doing these live videos where you guys interact because I'm getting great ideas from you. You know?
Yep.
That's funny. The MREs are good. There are 2 versions, military and civilian. The civilian version doesn't lock you up.
Gross.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yikes.
So, all right, you guys, we really are grateful for you watching. We're really grateful for the Patreons. We appreciate the support.
Yep.
And I think that's going to be it for today.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Who knows? Maybe we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know.
Maybe. Never know.
Don't know.
Right.
Be ready. You got to click that bell for the notifications. Then you'll know.